Marcus was a 32-year-old graphic designer with a knack for avoiding conflict. He preferred to keep things easygoing, even when something didn't sit right. When Vanessa came into his life, he thought she was everything he wanted: visually stunning, ambitious, and wildly successful as a corporate lawyer. She carried herself with the kind of confidence that made everyone stop and stare. From the start, Vanessa swept Marcus off his feet. Their chemistry was undeniable, and their nights together were mind-blowing. She had a way of making him feel alive, completely consumed by their connection. But as incredible as their intimate moments were, there was a different side to her that gnawed at him. Vanessa had a sharp tongue and didn't hesitate to use it, especially in public. At a dinner with her friends, she laughed. "Marcus is great, but he doesn't really understand ambition. I mean, his job is more like a hobby, right?" Her friends roared with laughter. Marcus forced a smile even as her words stung. The pattern continued. At a corporate gala, she introduced him as "my boyfriend, Marcus. He's a graphic designer or something. Nothing fancy, but he's cute, and he's mine." He laughed it off in the moment, but later, lying in bed with her, the memory haunted him. Then she'd touch him, kiss him, and pull him into her world, and all the doubts would melt away. He'd wake up the next morning feeling reassured, almost forgetting how she had made him feel the night before. Over time, Vanessa's jabs became sharper. When Marcus expressed hurt or tried to address her comments, she dismissed him. "Babe, stop being so sensitive. You know I love you. Let's not ruin this." And he didn't want to ruin it. So he continued to ignore it. The sex was passionate, intoxicating, and unlike anything he ever experienced. Every touch, every glance from her made him feel like he was in a world where nothing else mattered. Until his sister's engagement party. It was supposed to be a joyous occasion, but Vanessa barely hid her disdain. During dinner, she sat scrolling on her phone, ignoring everyone. When Marcus quietly asked her if something was wrong, she snapped loud enough for the table to hear, "Do you really think this is fun for me? I'm used to real events with actual class. This feels like a barbecue for high school dropouts." The room fell silent. His sister's face flushed with embarrassment. Marcus felt as though the air had been knocked out of him. That night, the drive home was tense. Marcus confronted her for the first time. "Why do you talk to me like that? Why do you treat my family like they're beneath you?" Vanessa rolled her eyes. "Marcus, stop being dramatic. If you can't handle a strong woman with high standards, maybe you're not the man I thought you were." Her words cut deeper than anything she'd said before. But then, just as she always did, she tried to smooth things over. As soon as they got inside, she wrapped her arms around him, whispering apologies and drawing him into her. She kissed him the way she knew would make him weak, and for a moment, he let her. They ended up in bed, but something was different. As they lay together, Marcus couldn't ignore the shift. The passion was gone, not from her, but from him. The connection he'd once felt so intensely wasn't there. He kept replaying her words from earlier that evening, her blatant disregard for his feelings, and the way she had embarrassed him and his family. The sex, which used to feel like a powerful bond between them, now felt hollow, like a desperate attempt to paper over cracks that had grown too wide to ignore. When it was over, Marcus stared at the ceiling. She drifted off to sleep as if nothing had happened, but Marcus couldn't. He realized he'd been holding on because of the intoxicating highs, ignoring the devastating lows. That night, he made a decision. The next morning, he ended the relationship. Vanessa was stunned. "Are you seriously throwing this away because of one little argument?" "Don't be stupid, Marcus." But Marcus wasn't stupid anymore. For months, he had ignored the red flags, convincing himself that the good outweighed the bad. Now he saw the truth. Love without respect wasn't love at all. As painful as it was, walking away was the best decision he ever made. The incredible nights had blinded him for too long, but they could no longer make him forget the pain that lingered in the morning. Marcus's story is a reminder that love isn't just about chemistry or passion. It's about respect, support, and partnership. When someone consistently puts you down, especially in front of others, it's a red flag you can't ignore. Sure, the highs might feel amazing, but they can't make up for the pain caused during the lows. The takeaway? Don't let fleeting moments of pleasure blind you to long-term patterns of disrespect. A healthy relationship uplifts you, celebrates you, and makes you feel valued in every room, not just in private. If you're constantly making excuses for someone's behavior or waking up feeling uneasy about what was said or done the day before, it's time to reevaluate. Remember, incredible sex or financial stability can never replace the foundation of mutual respect. Know your worth, set your boundaries, and don't settle for someone who doesn't see the amazing person you are.